Hi, in this session let us understand the concept of exponents. Exponents are representation of a number which is repeatedly multiplied, or I say repeated multiplication is what is represented in exponents. Before we proceed further, I want you to understand the symbol or the representation of exponents. How do you represent exponent? It is represented in this form where x is the base number and y is called as a power or exponent. This y is also a number written in smaller size when compared to this number, and it is written to the top right hand side corner, and this representation is called as exponential notation or exponential form of representing a number. Let me say, for example, I have a number, say 10. I want to multiply 10 times 10 times 10 times, say, 10. That means I have repeated multiplication of this number 10. How many times I am multiplying this? I am multiplying this 4 times with itself. 10 is multiplied by itself 4 times. So I will write 10 as the base. Base is that number, this base, that is x, is that number which gets repeatedly multiplied. Here 10 is getting repeatedly multiplied with itself. So you write this 10 as the base. And y is the power or exponent. This tells you the number of times it is getting multiplied. Here how many times it is getting multiplied? 4 times. So we will write it as 10 power 4, and we read it as 10 power 4 or 10 raised to the power 4. And see that this number 10, the size of this number and the size of this number are different. The power or the exponent is always written in a smaller size compared to the base number, right? So suppose if I write an exponent, say 2 power, say 3, what do I mean by this? I mean that 2 is getting repeatedly multiplied with itself 3 times, that is 2 times 2 times 2. So whenever I write a exponent, whenever we mention that this something like a number 2 power 3, or say some number raised to the power of some other number, some base raised to the some power, we mean that that base is getting repeatedly multiplied with itself this power number of times. You understand? Suppose I have 2 power 5. I mean that I am multiplying 2 with itself 5 times. That is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. If I have 3 power 2, I mean I am multiplying 3 with itself 2 times. You understand? So this is called as exponential notation of this repeated multiplication, and we usually use this to represent a number in its shorter form, right? Suppose if I have a number, say whose prime factorization goes something like 2 times 2 times 3 times 4 say 5 times 5 times 5. How can I write it in exponential notation? 2 is a number which is getting multiplied by itself 2 times. So I'll write it as 2 power 2 times 3 is only once, so we'll keep it 3 as it is, and 5 into 5 into 5. So 5 is multiplied with itself 3 times, so we will write it as 5 power 3. So this is the exponential notation of this number. Whenever in mathematics we usually come across this, any number, say x is raised to the power 2 or say x is raised to the power 3, we usually come across this power 2 and power 3 in mathematics. So we have a name for it, or a terminology goes like x power 2 is also read as x squared, and x power 3 is called as x cubed. You understand? Suppose if I have 2 power 2, I don't read it as 2 power 2, instead I read it as 2 squared. If I have 2 power 3, I say it is 2 cubed. Or 3 power 2 is 3 squared, or 2 power 2 power 3 is 2 cubed. You understand? So exponents are nothing but repeated multiplication, and uh, whenever you have any repeated multiplication, you express this in the form of this exponential notation with a base and a power, and you read it as x raised to the power y or x power y.